Science and Mathematics, a competent learning process team at Signeus Preschool in Turku, Finland. What is science? In brainstorming with the children, we found that science and mathematics could be numbers, counting, shapes and position, can be planets, plants and berries, can be robots and programming. Math is everywhere. You can see math as a language by itself, but it's also in our everyday language. Every day we use math in one way or another. We count, we place things above, under or besides. We use shapes in one way or another, we arrange and sort things. This and much more is the language of mathematics. Outside here you see a game where the children shall change position with people in the same shape that they are. So if you stand in a circle, you swap with another person in a circle, and so on. We worked on having the children to experience mathematics in many different ways. One task could be to chase the triangular flower, which was red and had 8 leaves on it. There you had the shape, you had a color, and you had a number. Another assignment could be to categorize according to color and shape. Of course, keep your boots on the outside. Another assignment was chasing shapes. With fly swaths, you should try to hit the right color or the right shape. Another task was making shapes with the help of a string. You could form a triangle, or it could be evenly sized, or it could be with a wide base, etc. That you could see and experience what you did. It caused a change in the shape of the triangle. And then we also had the children to experience, to feel the mathematics. Here they are trying to feel how long you can jump on the moon. It's, if you don't know, it's 6 times longer than you do on Earth. Counting. Numbers are everywhere, and they can be arranged. What can we count? Virtually anything. We can count how many steps are in the stairs up to the preschool. We can count the number of the books in our bookshelf. We can count how much berries we do find in the forest. In counting the steps, first we had to climb the stairs, counting each step by step. Then we found a common solution. Not everyone counted the same number of steps, but let's say there were 95 steps altogether. When that was done, we made a representation in paper of our steps, so you could see it as one long set of stairs up on our wall. The children were interested in knowing how many books there was in a bookshelf, so we made mini books and a mini bookshelf. Those books became books for the lynxes to read. Plants and berries. Science doesn't have to be abstract. Sometimes you can even taste it. The children wanted to learn more about berries. So before going to the forest, we discussed what kind of berries can you find this time of year? How do they taste? Are they poisonous, or can you eat them? Then we went out to the forest and looked. We could find some blueberries, some lingonberries and some other berries. Then we come home, we practiced in drawing them and even to spell them. So we learned quite a lot in this process. Grej of the day, or thing of the day. I know it sounds better in Swedish, but anyhow. Once in a week, 2 of our groups present some kind of random fact about something. A whole lot of this is science in one way or another. And then let the children play around with that thought and think and discuss even with their parents about what they have learned. One of the later things they covered was Amazonas. I don't know a whole lot what they covered, but it looks like they went on an excursion, thanks to a green screen app that I know that group loved to play around with. Planets. Going from the small and familiar to exploring the final frontier, even our own self-made planets. The process of creating your own planet started with doing research. We went to the library and found books on our solar system. Then, second phase was the planning of your own planet. And then, of course, created, and finally, it came presentation time. Robots are science, and they and us can be programmed. In discussing robots, we came to the question of what is programming. And programming is simple to give and to follow instructions. They have to be clear, they have to be accurate. If you see in the movie here on the right, you see the girl is following exactly what the boy is saying, even when she knows he's saying the wrong thing. That's why she walked straight into the wall. This thing on the right hand we called Palbot, or programming a pal. Then we also played with Simon Says. You know this game when if Simon says stand up, you stand up. If you just say sit down, and with no Simon Says in the beginning, no one should do anything. Through that and different other games, we learned the idea of following exact instructions and the instructions that are meant for you. What can a robot do? Of course, it can do more or less anything, but we created a robot that could count.
Vad har du här framför dig? Vad är det för en robot?
Som kan räkna till räkna.
Den kan räkna. Ska vi prova om den kan räkna? Vad har du här då? För någonting. Vill du ta ett kort? Ska vi titta där? Vad är det? Vad har du på ditt kort? Du har
2 mandariner och sen 2 mandariner och 2 till blir 4.
Och ska vi se om den här roboten också kan räkna. Ska vi se om vi sätter 2 mandariner plus 2 blir. Kommer det? Och vad blev det?
4.
Det blev 4. Vad fint roboten kunde räkna.
And of course, when you're into robots, you have to have a little bit of robot movements included into it. So this has been one preschool with 4 projects, including 61 children, 12 staff, divided into 4 groups, and don't forget the 95 steps up to us. Has included a whole lot of science, math, learning, and of course, fun.